Today I'm going to talk about an idea in mysticism called the psychopomp. And it's also quite connected to Jungian psychology. And what it means is guide of souls in Greek. So it's basically the mediator between the unconscious and the conscious mind or worlds. Usually it's a person. It's either a wise man or a wise woman who can guide us through a difficult experience, usually a mystical experience. But in some literature, it's also a guide of your soul after death. It can sometimes be a helpful animal or a creature, a spirit, an angel, some kind of deity. The Egyptians had the god Anubis, and the Greeks had Charon, the boatman, and Hermes. Romans had Mercury, and the Norse had the Valkyries, and the Islamic world had Azrael. These are all forms of the deity version of the psychopomp. The best example is Virgil from Dante's Inferno, who is a guide into the underworld, or death, I guess. But I also think in that story it's an analogy for Dante's own journey into wisdom, I guess. So in life, in real life, it can be sort of a wounded healer or any other kind of guide, someone who's been there before, or someone with a deep connection to the lifeblood of consciousness. And this is usually some kind of mystical teacher, but it can also be a muse, someone that inspires you. And I think I've had both experiences. As far as the mystical teacher, there was definitely someone that guided me through my underworld, so to speak. It was a time where I was really in tune with my subconscious, and I was kind of destroying my previous life, and in some ways I died. It wasn't a physical death, but it was a metaphysical death. And this person appeared and helped me through it. And when I say help, I don't mean just, pointing the way. I mean leaving riddles and breadcrumbs that you have to sort of figure out what they mean and how they apply to you. And as far as the muse is concerned, I've also had that. And in that case, this person, it wasn't that they were there to guide me as much as they were there to bring something out of me that was latent or hidden. And I think that it is a different form of guiding, I guess. Maybe it's the reverse. Another example would be animal guides. And when I met this person that was my muse, I used to have to walk to her house quite a long way from the bus. And many of the days that I walked, I could see these crows circling around on my walk. And the first time I just thought it was a coincidence, but as time went on, I started realizing that maybe they were symbols of this kind of transformation that I was going through. And I think, any sort of story with a guide like the White Rabbit, or even like Yoda, I guess, is sort of a creature, even though he's also a Jedi. Those are examples of the psychopomp. And it can also be psychoactive substances. If you take some kind of mushroom or mescaline or something, maybe that can also be more of like a dream guide. And I guess in that case it'd be like a spirit. And also the higher self can be a guide. If you haven't seen my video on anamnesis, you should check that out. Put a link in the description. I say more in that video about the higher self and how it can lead you places. So I think the main way that these things communicate is in dreams. Even physical people that I've met often have been in my dreams and communicated certain things. The other way can be in symbolism. So if you're, looking at any kind of media, like the tarot cards, or watching some movies, or reading a book, any kind of story, or even advertising, you can often see hints from this, almost like secret messages in the symbolism. Maybe you see a heart, or maybe some kind of tarot symbol, maybe like a sword or something, or even some text that could be like the universe speaking to you. So why does the universe want this? Or, what is the purpose? Well, I'm not sure, to be honest. I know that when I met my mystical teacher, it all seemed very messy and difficult to solve the riddle of why this person entered my life when they did and what they were offering. And a lot of it seemed quite scary. But, I think maybe the universe is looking for some kind of perfection. And until you can find your true self, then you're further away from perfection. So maybe that is the purpose, is to make you a more complete individual, and for you to also help others. Maybe you become the psychopomp at some point, and you can help guide those that have not found themselves closer to who they're supposed to be. This is a short video, but that's about all I got. Anyway, take care. Have a good day.